Hello, 6 East receiving students and teachers. Thank you. You may be seated. Right, before we start, can anyone tell me what we looked at in our lesson previously? What did we look at in our previous lesson? Receiving students? Right, class? Okay, Christina?
Same states mix.
Same states being mixed. Okay, very good. We looked at same states being mixed. And we came up with one example in our previous lesson saying that what? What was one of the examples of gases mixed with gas? Here, we have an example here. This is from the previous lesson. We've got air there, but carbon dioxide, that's where we went wrong. Carbon dioxide is from solid. That solid mixed with gas. So carbon is solid and oxygen is a gas. When you put that together, you have carbon dioxide. Very good. Okay, so that's the correction there from our previous lesson. Today we will be looking at such mix. Okay, so in our lesson today, we will be looking at mixtures as such. Now, teachers, we are still on the same strand and the substrand, and the learning outcome. And our topic for today. Our topic for today is different states being mixed. Okay, that will be our topic for today. Different states being mixed. Right, different states being mixed. Now, when we went through our correction, we went through one of those that we are going to be looking at in our lesson for today. So, for those of you in the receiving schools, if you do not have this in your workbooks, copy this down very quickly before we go on to our lesson for today. Now, this will be the table that you are going to be working with for today. Very quickly copy that table down. Now we have substance being mixed there and examples, and with that you will have gas mixed with solid, liquid mixed with gas, and solid mixed with liquid. For those of you who are writing very, very slowly, don't worry, your teacher will put that up on the blackboard for you. Now, while you are copying down the table, we are going to be using the same materials we used in our lesson or in our previous lesson, receiving students and class. Right, receiving students and class, by now you should have at least completed getting that table down, so long as you have spaces on the table. Okay, let us look at our chart. Now, on the PowerPoint, we have gas mixed with solid first. Okay, so that is what we are going to look at first. We will look at an example of a gas mixed with solid. Okay, so receiving students, you go up to the blackboard and write down an example. Your teacher will choose you. Class, what was the example that we looked at? Gas mixed with a solid. Now, if you were listening very carefully, I already made a mention at the beginning of the lesson. Okay, so that should give you a clue. Thank you. We are going to have Caro. Caro will come and write out the first one for all of us. Receiving students, I hope you are at the blackboard writing down your answer. Thank you very much, Caro. Okay, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide was the obvious example where we had solid or gas mixed with a solid. So we have the solid as carbon and the gas as oxygen. When put together, they make carbon dioxide. What others can you think of? Right, let me tell you a small story. I was cutting the grass the other time, and after cutting the grass, I left it. Probably it was raining, so I left the grass knife, and the next day, when I checked, something happened to the grass knife. When it was left out in the open air. Now, can anybody tell me what happened? Sometimes when you use a bush knife in the garden, you come and leave them, or a grass knife like what I did, you find something happening. What occurs? Receiving students. Very good. Okay, tell your teacher. Now let's hear what our friends from the model class think. What do you think, Madhu? What happens?
Stain got onto the bush knife.
Stain got onto the bush knife. Stain. Yeah, very good. A stain got onto a bush knife. What do we call that stain? What do we call that stain? What is the name of the stain? Help your brother. The stain that is on the bush knife or grass knife.
Rust.
Again?
Rust.
Okay, rust. Rust, good. It is rust. Now, rust occurs when two elements or two things combine. Rust occurs when gas is mixed with a solid. Now, the solid will be, what do you think the solid will be? What do you think the solid here is? The grass knife, right? Okay, the grass knife is made up of? What is the grass knife made up of? Solid. And it is made up of? It is made of, rather. It is made of the grass knife itself. Receiving students? Ha 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 ha. The grass knife, what is it made of? Okay, good. We'll have one of our friends to write up the answer. Very good. Go write up the answer. Thank you very much. Okay, iron. The grass knife is made of iron, so iron mixes with iron mixes with from around the air, beginning with the letter O. Iron mixes with oxygen. Very good, receiving students. Okay, class. Iron plus oxygen right, we can say when it gives, we say equals what, everyone? Rust. Okay, so we have rust there. Rust occurs when a gas mixes with a solid. That's one example of a gas mixing with a solid. It gives rust. Okay, we've got two examples there. Now we are going to do receiving students and class. The next one, you've got some up there. How about liquid mixing with a gas? What's one example of liquid mixing with a gas? Look at the items that you brought and try to figure out what is one example where liquid mixes with a gas. Well, start looking around and doing that. Okay, what do you think is occurring? What is? Now, what is the liquid? What is the liquid there? Detergent? Okay, so that will mix with liquid mix with a what? Gas. How do you know it's mixing with a gas? What tells you that it's mixed? There's gas and liquid mixed together. Again? Oh, we tried. What do you others think? Yes. Okay, what's in there? So where is the gas coming from? Where does the gas come from and then mixes with the liquid? From him, yeah? From him. From? Okay. Okay, so that is showing that what is present. Very good. Okay. Now you put down you can put down your observation as your answer. All right, class and receiving students, let us see two examples from your friends here in the model class. The first one, we will have Donald. Donald will put up his answer, followed by Laka. Thank you, and Laka. Right, class and receiving students, we are looking at liquid mixed with gas. Now, we've got two examples here. Looking at those two examples, what else do you think you can have a liquid that is mixed with a gas in it? We've got Coke there. Coke, yes, in the liquid itself there is carbon dioxide. So the gas carbon dioxide is contained little bit in the Coke that you drink. And water and liquid detergent contains some gases in there as well. Now those gases are contained in there. Water and liquid detergent. We had We are going to have Ashanti explain to us why they came up with water and liquid detergent. She will tell us where the gas came from and what actually happened in her group.
We mix the detergent with the water.
Right? They mix detergent with the water and the.
And Allen do.
Okay, Alan blew through. So the gas came from. Where did the gas come from?
The person was.
Okay, from the person who blew the air into the water. Very good. That is how they came up with water plus liquid detergent there. Okay, right. He blew in there and the gas came from inside. Those carbon dioxide and other gases which were in there produced that. Okay, so they came up with mixing liquid with gas. And to see that liquid was, gas was present, they could see the, very good, okay, bubbles. They could see the bubbles. Okay, that's good. Now, next one, solid mixed with liquid. Receiving students, now you can do solid mixed with liquid. Likewise, the class, I want you to come up with a experiment that you can mix solid and liquid. Now we are going to have a lot from solid mixed with liquid. So I can see you are very hard at doing all those experiments. What is the solid then?
Mix it using that other hand.
What did you get done? What's the mix? Soil? Soil dust. Mixed with. Okay, soil and what's the liquid there? Water. Water is the liquid. Okay, get that one down. Write that down as your answer. Good. Okay. What's the solid there? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. You're going to bake some flour, right? Okay. Okay, you can write down your answers there as he is mixing. What's this? Okay, you can mix. Jam. Right. What do we have here? Right, receiving students and class. Um, I see that most of you are doing the experiment nicely. Receiving students, do not worry if you are busy. After the lesson, you can go through some of the others that we do not have up on the board together with the ones that we do not have up on the board together with your teacher in class. Now, for solid mixed with liquid, this is what the model class have come up with. They've got tang and water, salt, coffee, sugar that's mixed with water, and they've got curry and cordial. Okay, so that's one of the solid mixed with liquid. Those are some of the examples. Right, that is what we looked at. Now, can anybody tell me what we looked at generally in the mixtures? Receiving students, you can tell your teacher. Okay, your teacher will select you. Now let's hear from Emmanuel.
Mixture is all around us. For example, tea that we drink and salt that we put on our food to eat.
Okay, that's very good. Right, receiving students, I hope you answered that way. Mixture is all around us. Everybody give him 5.5 big claps. Let's go. Okay, good. Mixture is all around us. In the tea that we drink and in the salt that we put together with food, they all contain mixture. Okay. Now, mixtures can be made by mixing substances in the different state. Very good. By now you should have completed writing down your summary notes. Okay, let's see our key phrase for today. Key phrase, everyone, receiving students and class. Different states. We looked at different states in mixtures. Our next lesson, does it dissolve? That will be our next lesson. The materials needed for the next lesson, most of the materials you listed today, and we can have water, paint, turpentine, teaspoon, sugar, salt, flour, milk, powder, containers, oil, and soil. With that, thank you very much, 6Es and receiving students, and have a nice day with your teachers.